Okay. Jack it off. All right, ready? Breath in. Exhale. Just slowly roll down. Tummy in and coming up. Stand tall. Breath in. Exhale. Oh, where have I put my phone? Oh, it's over there. And coming up. Let's just do one more. Breath in. Exhale, rolling down. Just hanging there. Just do a couple of breaths in here. As you breathe out, try and sink into it a little bit more. And one more. And release. Okay, I'm just going to grab my pole. All right, pick up your pole. Now, I just want you to hold your hands just outside your, now if you've got a broom at home, make sure you take the broom end off if you can. All right, up overhead and down. Up overhead and down. So squeezing back, engaging shoulder blades. So we're just going to do a little bit of a warm up here with the pole. Do 4 more. 4, 3, go back a little bit further. 2, 1. All right, holding it down in front of you. Take the hands a bit wider. Now you're going to lift your right hand up, down, left hand up, down. So 10, 9, 7, lift it up. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the hands wide. Lift up and go back as far as you can and bring it forward. So lift up and back and forward. So if you can't go all the way back, that's fine. And if you're doing all this, just go to where you can. You don't need to wiggle and just work with what feels right for you. All of this comes in time. Do 4 more. 4, someone coming in. Who's that? Claire must have dropped out. 3, 2, 1. Take it just to your clavicle here, just at the base of your neck. Is this now? Bianca. All right. Press up and behind. Forward and behind. So now when you come down to the base of your neck, press up and I want you to squeeze the shoulder blades as you come down behind. All right, go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So we're going to do a lot of work with posture today. 2, 1. Hold it there. Lengthen out your arms. Take your feet wide. Let's go into side bends. Now, if you are very tight in the shoulders and you can't comfortably lengthen out your arms on this pole, I want you just to put the pole down and take your arms straight out to the side. 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Bend the arms in. Take it to the crown of the head and we're rotating forward. So notice my elbows are going to stay up to shoulder height and I'm skimming the crown of the head for 10, 9, 8, forward 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it back across the back of the shoulders. Now again, if it's too tight on your shoulders, just pop the pole down. Once you do a squat, stand up, hinge forward. Now my feet are just about hip width apart here. Squat, stand up, hinge forward. Squat, stand up, hinge forward. Now if you have a knee problem and you don't want to squat, just do the hinge forward. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. 1, hinge forward. Take the feet wider. All right, squat again. Up, hinge forward. We're just going to do 5 more. 5, hinge forward. 4, 3, 2, last one, squat, hinge forward and hold here. Lengthen out your arms, sending your hips to the back of the room, flat back, squeezing your shoulder blades together, little twist to the right. Don't have to go too far, hold your tummy in. Center, twist to the left. Center, do that again, to the right. Center, holding your tummy in. Left. Center, you've got one more each side. To the right. To the left. Come back to center, flat back. And coming up. All right, take the pole off. Take the hands to the sides, palms facing down, shoulders back and down. Rotate the palms up and down. So we're not circling now. I want you to start to get as much rotation through those shoulders as you can. So the whole shoulder rotates within the shoulder joint, rotating forward and back. Now try and keep your shoulder blades back and down for 10, 9. Get as much rotation through those arms as you can. 7, 6, 5, squeezing the shoulder blades back. 3, 2, 1. Reach back, interlock the fingers behind you, chest open, lift, breath in, exhale, lift higher. 1 more. Release. Take your right hand up, down the center of your shoulder blades. Take hold of that elbow with your left hand and just pull over to your left side of the room. So keeping pressure on that elbow, pushing down and holding in the side bend for 3 breaths here. 2 to go. And 1 more. Up. Let's change sides. Left hand down the center of your shoulder blades, press down on that elbow, pulling over to your right now. So keeping slight bit of resistance onto that left elbow, increasing the stretch through your tricep, your lats, side of the body. And coming up. All right, release. Now we're going to use the back of our chair, preferably something a bit higher. You can use your wall or a bench. I'm going to use the back of my chair. Now, coming here, I want the hands on the back of the chair and drop yourself down into a flat back. Take your feet hip width apart and I want you to bend your knees. All right, so whether your hands are into the wall or on the chair, drop your chest towards the floor. Keep the knees bent to start with. All right, now I want you to try and lift that tailbone, keeping your knees bent, lift your tailbone up to the ceiling. So we're getting a little bit of an arch through our spine. Now, drop a little bit more. Now I want you to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now move your hips. I want you to swing your right hip to the right side of the room, then the left side of the room. Now this is really slow and controlled. So go 10, moving over to the left. 9. So as you move your hips from side to side, you're stretching through the lats on the opposite side of the body. Do 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to center. Straighten your legs. Now flat back and push your hips to the back of the room even more. So now you'll feel your hamstrings as well. Dropping your chest towards the floor again. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. All right, take your left hand off and take it behind your back. Dropping the right armpit towards the floor. Now I want you to turn to your left slightly. Release, take that left hand on and release your right hand. Take that behind your back. Dropping your left armpit towards the floor and then a little turn to the right. Release, coming back to the center, both hands. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, bend into those knees again and straighten, bend, straighten, do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Slowly coming up. All right, so I'll get you to turn that chair around. So you've got the seat there. Take your right leg up. Now, if you need to be near a wall for balance, that's fine. Take your hands on your hips and I want your chest forward. Push your chest forward. If you need to take your hands to the chair, you can. So it's not bending down towards your knee, okay? It's a hinge forward. So straight back from my hips, my chest is going towards the back of that chair. Breath in. You can interlock the fingers behind you, open your chest, lean into it a little bit more. One more breath. And come up. Let's change sides. Left leg. All right, so straight body, standing up. Chest forward. Interlock those fingers again. Inhale, exhale. I'm just thinking, are people messaging me to tell me there's a problem? And coming up. Release. Okay, just pop your chair out the way for the moment. And I want you to come down onto your hands and knees. All right, so I'm going to get you to take, nice flat back. You're going to take your right hand through as far as you can. So dropping the right ear towards the floor, just holding, twist. So try and now open up that left shoulder, pushing with your left hand, opening up the side of the body or pushing open. Release, come up. Let's go to the other side. Reach through, dropping that left shoulder to the floor and try and open up a little bit more. So pushing into the floor. And coming up. Just making sure you can see. Take the right hand through again. And then I want you to reach your left hand out forward. So stretch it out as much as you can. Now try and open up that side of the body again. So you're turning to the left. Release, bring that left hand back, slide the right hand out. Take the left hand through and then reach the right hand out forward and open up your right armpit. So opening, 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 still stretching out that right hand along the floor in front of you. All right, bring that back in. All right, this time your right hand is going to reach in front of that left hand diagonally. So turn your palm inwards and reach. So my little finger is sliding along the floor diagonally to the left side of the room, dropping the side of the back edge of the armpit, your lats, down towards the floor. Release. Do the other side, left hand, reaching diagonally away, opening up that chest again, dropping that left lat down towards the floor. And release. From there, let's go into an angry cat. Happy. Exhale, angry. Happy, and we'll do 4 more. Exhale, angry. Happy. And last one, angry. Happy. All right, from there, I want you to lift your knees up off the floor, come into an up stretch, but keep the knees bent. So I want you to push your chest towards your knees, lifting your tailbone up, keep the knees bent, start to push the heels into the floor. Lifting your bottom up more, chest towards the knees. Release, come back down onto your hands and knees, down onto your tummy, and stretching the hands out in front of you. All right, so I want you to lift one hand, lift both hands up. Now take your right hand back, just come in this direction. So lift, right hand back, rotate it so your palm is up, lift them both higher. Bring that right hand forward, left hand goes back, lift them up higher. So we're trying to keep them off the floor if you can. If you can't, don't worry. Bring that left hand forward, right hand goes back. Now we're going to try and get them working simultaneously. All right, and lift. Bring it in, change positions, lift. Bring it in, change positions, lift. In, change positions, lift. Do 2 more. 1 more. Take both hands out in front of you and lift them up off the floor and hold, tummy in. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Bring the hands in, half cobra. Just hold. So shoulder blades back and down, tummy in. Release, push up, full cobra. Release, come back up onto your hands and knees. We're going back up into that bent knee up stretch. So up, knees bent, lifting the tailbone up and pushing your chest in towards your thighs. Squeeze those shoulder blades together again. Release, come back down onto your hands and knees and all the way back down onto your tummy. Bringing the arms to right angles. I want you to squeeze those shoulder blades together, lifting the elbows up, shoulder blades together for 10. Squeeze, 9, 8, 7, 5, 3, 2, 1, hands to the floor, push up and back. Again, one more bent knee up stretch, up, lifting the tailbone up, squeezing the shoulder blades together, pushing the heels into the floor. Coming back down onto your knees. All right, kneeling, right leg forward, left foot squeeze, flex, squeezing into that glute. All right, we're holding it here for about 30 seconds. So I want the focus on squeezing the glute and tucking. So you're just going to feel a little bit of a pull here. Squeeze, tuck, squeeze, tuck. All right, you've got about 8 seconds to go. Then we're going to lean it forward and take it into a quad stretch now. So take the body weight forward, grab that foot, reach back with your right hand as well. Now, if you can't do this, if it hurts your knee or flexibility doesn't allow, come up standing. You can even use your chair to hold on to, but you're stretching left quad. Now, pulling that foot in towards the bottom and tucking. Keep pulling the foot in towards the bottom and tuck. Release, go back to your quad stretch. Squeeze, tuck. Now take that left hand up. Reach it up and over and hold again for 30 seconds. Squeeze and tuck. Keep squeezing the glute and tucking. You have 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Go back to your quad stretch. Lean into it, whether you're standing or not. Take that hand back, chest open. Pulling the foot into the bottom and tucking. Holding. And release. Leg out to the side, leaning into it, tucking again, 30 seconds. So lean, tuck. So with each breath out, lean, tuck. Keep leaning. You have about 10 seconds left. Tuck, 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 tuck for your last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Let's change sides. Right foot flexed, squeezing your glute and tucking. 30 seconds. So nothing else. We're just focusing on activating that glute and feeling the stretch here. Squeeze, tuck, squeeze, tuck, squeeze, tuck. 4. All right, lean into it. Take that foot up behind you. You're going to sweep that left hand back. So you're either standing or you're down here on your knees with me. So foot to bottom, tuck. Foot to bottom, tuck. I want this to be a fairly strong stretch in the front of that thigh. All right, release. Let's go into our second hip flexor. So squeeze that glute, tuck, taking your hand up, reaching up and over. Squeezing, tucking. All right, you have 6 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Back to your quad stretch. Foot behind, grabbing it, sweeping that left hand back as well. Chest is open. Foot in, tuck. Drawing the foot in, tuck. I want you to get this quad stretch to an 8 or 9 out of 10. So it's intense. Release. Okay, so we're out to the side now, leaning into it and tucking. Leaning into it and tuck. Lean, tuck. Ten to go. Each breath out, lean a little bit more. 2 and 1 and release. Okay, I want you to come down sitting. So take the hands back behind you. Now notice my fingertips are facing away from my back. If you're super tight in the shoulders, they might end up facing out to the side. I don't want them facing your bottom. Okay, now from here, don't move the arms. Shift your hips forward. Don't move the arms or the feet. We're just going to keep shifting the hips forward. Moving them more towards the bottom. So it's stretching the front of the shoulders. And again, now lift your bottom up off the floor and tap it down. So squeezing those shoulder blades together, lift, down, lift, down, 2 more, lift, down, 1 more, lift and hold. Now squeeze your shoulder blades together, your chest is nice and open. This will be your easier option for the next exercise. All right, if you want to come to the next one, move your hips back and lift up and come all the way down, okay? So keep trying to keep those fingertips facing back. All right, go 6. Now lift, squeeze your glutes up higher. 5. Exhale. 3. 2. 1, and let's hold. One more. Drop down. Okay, sitting with your feet wide. So I'm going back to lower body. So I'm mixing it up today. Okay, take your hands behind you. Now take your feet wide. So I want you now to drop that right knee in towards the floor as much as you can. There's your internal rotation. Then take it wide as much as you can. External, getting the inner thigh. So internal, external. We're just going to work with that right one. Internal, external. Internal, external. 5. So left leg's not moving. 6. 7. 8. 9. One more. 10. Hold that right knee wide. Go to the left side. Internal, external. So knee drops forward. Knee opens wide. 8. 7. 6. 5. 3. 2. 1. Bring the feet together in diamond shape. Sit tall and try and Lean into it. So you can use your hands, your elbows, like just grab hold of your shins, pushing your knees open. Release. Okay, come back to that same position. All right, now both knees go to the left, both knees go to the right. So work with it. You can take your hands off the floor too if you want. So go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I'm slowly walking towards you. 5, 4, just about off my mat. 3, 2, I'm off my mat. 1, I'm going to move back onto my mat. All right, take your right leg in front, bring the left leg back comfortably behind you. Actually, bring it back a little bit more. I'm going to throw in the internal rotation again. So I want you to hold that left knee back there, knee to the floor. Lift up that left foot as high as you can. We're going to hold it for 5. Now, if you need to, you can lean into this and it will give you a little bit more rotation. Down. We're going to do 5 more. Lift and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. So keeping my torso nice and still, lifting that foot. And down. You've got 3 more. Lift and hold. And down. Lift and hold. Down. 1 more. Lift and hold. Down. All right, turn to your right. Just sink down into that stretch. All right, try and turn your chest towards the floor a little bit more. So trying to turn to the right a little bit more, turning to look to the back of the room. Release, come up. Take a hand down by your foot and your knee. Drop the chest down and release it all the way up. So like a little mini push-up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay down. Now turn your sternum, like center your chest, your boobs. Turn to your right knee. Now turn that sternum to your right foot, to your knee, to your foot, staying as low as you can for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the foot. Hold and breathe. So each breath out, trying to rotate a little bit more. Twist into the left side of the room. And release. Sit up tall. All right, from there, take your right hand to the floor if you need to. If you don't, great. Take the leg in front. Tap your toes to the floor in front of you. Take the leg as far back behind you and get the knee to the floor. All right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's keep it back. Take the hands to the floor. Now you can adjust this knee forward if you want. I want you to drop down onto your right elbow, then your left elbow. So we're back to stretching the front of this left quad and our hip flexor. Now, for those who can, you can bring yourself all the way down to the floor if your flexibility allows. Otherwise, you stay propped up on your elbows. Now, I want you to tuck. Now, I'm just going to come back up so that I can keep talking to you. Lay down. If you can lay down and keep that knee on the floor, that's what I want you to do. All right, push yourself back up. Now you're going to take that left leg all the way back behind you. Adjust your body, center yourself, stay with straight arms. So I want you now to push that left hip down towards the floor. Stay with straight arms. Chest up and out. Now, adjust. I want you to bring this right foot towards that left wrist. Now, sink down onto your forearms. Inhale, exhale, try and push that left hip down towards the floor again. Now, you're only working within your body's capabilities. So if you still feel better with straight arms, you stay with straight arms. If you can come down a little bit deeper, come down a little bit deeper. Now, I want you to rock your hips to the left and then come back to the right. Now, this is slow. Rock to the left, come back to the right. Left. Now, it's a very small movement. I'm like moving barely a centimetre each direction. Do 2 more. 2. 1 more. I want you to push back up to straight arms. You're going to sweep this left leg all the way around, and we're going to transition over to the other side. So start with your left leg in front of your left hip, right leg behind. So we've got our internal rotation to start. We're going to lift that right, so you can have your hand to the floor or not. Lift that right foot up and hold. And down. Right foot up and hold. And down. Up and hold. So it doesn't matter if it doesn't lift too high. Down, do 3 more. Lift. Down, 2 more. And down, 1 more. Lift. And release. Turning yourself all the way around to the left. You can sink into it a little bit, twisting, just breathing. Try and go a little bit further with each one. And release. Come to the front. All right, a hand by the knee, a hand by the foot. Like our little mini push-ups, chest to floor and come back up. Chest to floor and come back up. 3, 2. All right, I want you to stay down on 1. Now sternum to that left knee, sternum to that left foot. So moving side to side. All right, let's do 6. Chest to knee, chest to foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here at the foot. Release. Okay, you can have your hand to the floor or not. You're going to lift up that right foot, tap in front of you, and take it back, knee to floor. Okay, so there's 6, knee to floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back, take the hands back behind you. All right, we're dropping to our left elbow first, right elbow. You're making your way all the way down to the floor if you can, keeping that right knee to the floor. Stay there if you can. I want you to stay in that position, otherwise you're on propped elbows, stretching the quad of the right leg, the hip flexor again because you're tucking. Right, we're pushing ourselves all the way up. You're going to send that right leg all the way back. Hands to the front, staying up with straight arms, chest out. Now you're going to move that right hip down towards the floor slightly. And just hold it. I'm going to try and adjust this left foot up a little bit more towards that wrist. Then we're going to sink down to our forearms. Now you're going to press that left hip, right hip to the floor and little release. So rocking side to side. You can come down even deeper if you like. Holding and release. Okay, bringing that right leg through, coming back onto your hands and knees. All right, from there into an up stretch. So this time it's straight legs, hips to the ceiling, chest towards your thighs, heels to the floor. I want you to walk your hands in towards your feet. Hold there. Slow roll up. All right, we're going into a deep squat. Take your feet wide as what feels comfortable for you. Sink down into your squat. So just go where you can. All right, get your elbows into those knees. So I'm just going to get you to slightly move side to side. So it works on one knee, then the other. This is good for your knees. This is good for your hips. Stay there just as long as you can. If you need to pop out of it, that's fine. Hands to the floor. Straighten your legs up. Hang. And slow roll up. Come back down onto your hands and knees. We're going to go back up into our up stretch. Holding it, tailbone to the ceiling, chest towards your thighs. Walk the hands in towards your feet. Slow roll up. Hands on your hips, hinge forward, flat back. Come up. Do that again, 2 more times. Hinge forward. And come up. Do 1 more. Hinge forward. And come up. You're going back down into your squat. Down. So if you want to hold on to something to help you, if you've got a pole or something at home that's nice and solid, that's a really good way to get yourself, walk yourself down into a position where you can get yourself down deep. Move from side to side again. Pushing the knees open. All right. Now try and lift your torso up. Your chest is open. Release. Push yourself all the way back up again. And a slow roll up. Okay, we're going to go through 1 more round. Come back down onto your hands and knees. Let's do an angry cat first. Tuck, 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 tuck. Release into your up stretch. Chest towards your thighs, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Pushing the heels in towards the floor. All right, start to walk the hands in towards the feet. Hold it there. Slow roll up. Take the hands behind your back, chest open, hinge forward again. And come up. Do that again, hinge forward, flat back, chest is open. And up. 1 more. Hinge forward. And come up. Are you ready for 1 more squat? Adjust your feet accordingly. Sink down into it. All right. Now, using your left arm, you can have the hand to the floor. I want you to twist your right hand up to the ceiling. Release, go to the other side. Release, sink into this and just hold. Have a chat to me. Have a chat to the person next to you. Have a chat to the dog. Just sink into it and hold. Let's do 3 deep breaths. One more. All right, hands to the floor. Straighten up, hang at the bottom. Slow roll up. All right, just interlocking the hands behind you again. Lift those hands and lift for 3, 2, 1. Release, interlock the fingers in front of you. Press out, tuck. Come up, stretching up to the ceiling. Lifting straight up, taking the hands behind your head, elbows wide, widening your feet. All right, and twist. I can let the hips go, center, twist, center, keep the elbows back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Sink into the knees, slightly tuck the tailbone. Now just twist the rib cage. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the feet wide into a turn out. Keep the hands behind the head. Sink down and twist. 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. Stay there. Side bend. Right elbow to right quad. Left quad. Release. Use the hands. Push those knees open. Now straighten up. Tuck the tailbone for 6, 2, and 1. Come up. Bring those feet in again. Interlock the fingers. Lift. Chin to chest. Slowly rolling down. Release the arms. Bend the knees. Tuck the tailbone under. Coming up 1 vertebrae at a time. And thanks. Thank you, thank you.